Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 67 of Swiss Army Sports. Today is June the 9th in the Big 26. I'm your host, Will Spain, former long snapper for the Troy Trojans, Osby Governors, and partially Houston Cougars. Joined by my side, co-host, former offensive lineman for the Hendricks College Warriors, current man of electricity, Luke the Nuke Wallman. Also, our virtual co-host, joining us from Hotlanta, Georgia, the man, the myth, the legend, former kicker for the Houston Christian Huskies and Troy Trojans, current nephew of Georgia Tech men's basketball coach Scott Cross, Chase Cross, and joining at the end of the table, co-host, the producer. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. The agenda for today's episode: Cooler Bull as we kick off every episode now. NBA Finals talk. It was an electric Game 3. We'll get into it. NHL Stanley Cup Final talk. It's been an electric series in the NHL. I expect another great game tonight. It's 3-2 Carolina right now, midway through the second. College Baseball World Series picks, the CWS picks coming your way. NASCAR picks at Michigan results. We go over the races at Michigan this weekend. World Cup superlatives and picks for Thursday's game. The producer's puzzle is a little segment we've got going here where the producer just gives us something fun to do. We'll see what he cooked up for us in his kitchen. And then best things that happened this weekend. Let's kick it off with another hopefully great segment of Cool or Bull, and I will get us started. College baseball is night and day better than the MLB. I do not think, and I think where I come out with the hotness of this topic is I don't think it's even close. I think the regular season college baseball is better than regular season MLB. I think college baseball postseason is better than the MLB. It is a higher intensity level. You have more heart, more passion out of these college kids than you will ever see in the major leagues. They're not compensated with NIL to the degree that you see in basketball and football. I think it is one of the pure remaining sports we have left in collegiate athletics. College baseball is night and day better than the MLB. Is that cool or is that bull? We'll go around the table first, then Chase. Luke, what do you think?
I'm going to go bull strictly because I watch the Cardinals. Like I try and watch almost every game. I've probably watched about 75% of the games this year, and there is still passion. Like now you might not get it out of like the $700 million men, but still not everybody's making that money. And I think this probably goes for most people. People will watch the MLB more than they actually are able to watch college baseball simply because of the accessibility of it. And that's kind of another reason. So, and then the World Series, I think, is awesome. I think I would say both playoffs are on par with each other because, like, the MLB playoffs, most people go all year, don't watch the MLB. But then as soon as, like, the Phillies are hosting the Brewers, like, everybody's tuning in.
No, for sure.
So, I think it's going to be bull. I think it's hand in hand. I like the MLB better because I watch a lot more of it. I love the Cardinals, but I think the playoffs are kind of just on par with each other.
And I'm not saying, again, I'm a huge Cardinals fan. I watch about half the games. I just think it is, and the MLB is a great product. I think it's better than the NBA, the MLS. But I do think college baseball is just that upper echelon better than the MLB. Michael, cool or bull on this take?
I am going to go bull just based off of your statement on here. I don't think it's night and day better. I actually, going off of Luke's point, I think I prefer the MLB postseason just as much as college baseball postseason, just because those games are really electric, and just like the September and October weather, it's just that's where the fans really show out and the crowds are really good, and just the crowd pops are insane for some of the stuff that happens in the postseason. But I do like college baseball, I think, overall better than the MLB, but I'm not going to go with you and say that it's night and day better.
Chase, what do you think?
I think it's completely cool, honestly.
Thank you.
The environment for college baseball is a lot better. The juice, the energy. I just think there's too many games in the MLB. There's too many. I mean, it just at a point becomes too much. It's a product that we get every day of the year, and the games just don't mean anything. You can lose 70 games and still make the postseason. Um, Unfortunately, it's just there's not as much significance in the MLB as there is in college baseball, and then just the college baseball just seems to be a little bit more free, a lot more juice. The environment's better, the rivalries are better. The games just matter more. So I'm gonna say it's a completely cool take.
I appreciate it. Luke, what's your cooler bull for this? Do, do, do.
Sorry, I'm having
There
to
you
do
go.
two things at once.
The NBA needs to go to 40-minute games. Now, FIBA plays 10-minute quarters. College basketball plays two 20-minute halves. I think this would completely eliminate a bunch of, or not eliminate a bunch. This would help with maybe some of your load management. You wouldn't be playing that that 8 extra minutes, it's a lot of time. And I think this could kind of better, it would sort of decrease some of the injuries. I don't think it would completely wipe them, but this would really benefit some of the players' health. I don't understand because no one goes to college basketball games and goes, oh, they need to extend this by 8 more minutes. Like, no one really does that. I think 40 minutes would be better for player safety and just like overall, really just player safety is kind of what I'm going at. You wouldn't have you might have like one or two guys tear their Achilles. You wouldn't have 8 guys tear their Achilles and all be superstars that are trying to play 38 minutes a game, 40 minutes a game. I mean, that's just unrealistic. So I think they need to go to 40-minute games.
Chase, I'm going to let you kick this one off. Cooler Bull.
I like this. I see the point that he's trying to make here. So I don't necessarily disagree with it, but I will say that I do think that the NBA product does deserve 48 minutes, and I think it's what viewers have become accustomed to. I think if you switched it to 40 minutes, a lot of the stats that have been procured over the years wouldn't have as much meaning. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I understand where the point's coming from. Like college basketball is the same; it's only 40 minutes. But I think that's what makes the NBA the most premier league is that it is a 48-minute game, 12-minute quarters. So I do think that that has a factor to it. So I'm going to say that this take is bull.
I'm going to agree with you, Chase. I'm going to go Bull here as well. Just because if it, y'all are, especially Luke over here is the proponent of it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, one, statistics. I mean, historical statistics play a huge role here. Two, I think, you've just been accustomed to, at least I have, getting that extra 8 minutes in NBA games. And I mean, I think that truly does matter in terms of not only, how much they're scoring, but I mean, it's a product that literally can go to the very end. A team can come back from down 15 with 2 minutes left. I was actually on the fence with this. I completely understand your point, and I'm not saying like this is the most bull take ever, but I'm gonna lean bull here. It's a good take, honestly, and I can understand the argument. I just slightly disagree. Producer, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely two sides to this. I mean, you can definitely go with Luke's side on the player safety and everything, and this is a great take for that. But I am going to go bull with this just because I'm thinking more of like records and stuff, and you're just cutting down 8 minutes, which is going to hurt a lot of people's points. And then, people are going to say the NBA isn't scoring as much, which, I mean, college basketball is still entertaining with the 40 minutes, but like, that's going to be the biggest argument against this take is just like we want more points, more time. I mean, the players deserve to play more since getting to the NBA. So I'm going to go bull with this, but I mean, I don't necessarily hate the take at all just because of especially the past couple of years how many injuries we've seen that are year-long injuries.
Which too, with the injury thing, like especially with the Achilles, I think part of that too is guys are wearing shoes that literally have no support and they just look cool. Because like they did a study from, I want to say the early 2000s where the ankle support difference, which I don't know if this correlates really at all. I'm not a doctor, but I mean,
No, you were not.
yeah. So, but like the ankle support difference from the two shoes are just completely night and day, and these new ones have none, so it's way easier to hurt your ankle compared to then. So I think that's also another thing to deal with.
Yeah, I could see them going
Yeah.
style over support now these days, especially just because the marketing for shoes. I feel like the marketing for shoes now are so much lower than like when we were like little in middle school and elementary school.
100%.
Like everyone wanted to wear those KD shoes or the new LeBrons or Kyrie's that came out, and or Curry's. I just don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
Chase, what's your cooler bull?
So my cooler bull for this week is Britton Sorsby shouldn't be allowed to play in college football ever again. And I understand the proponents of letting him play. He's a kid. He made mistakes. But at the same time, you can't be betting on your own team to win and not face repercussions. And I think that, it's just a travesty that, the NCAA rules him ineligible, and then you're going to go to a Texas Tech judge and get an injunction, and now suddenly he can play college football season. So, in my opinion, should be banned from college football. He'll have a career on Sundays, but I mean, when you're making $90,000, like when you're making over $90,000 worth of bets, I think that, the evidence is just completely against you.
All right, so obviously, if you are just tuning in and missed a certain episode, you missed Michael's Cooler Bull saying he should be allowed to play college football again. So I'll let Michael go last because this is complete cool. He should never be allowed to see a collegiate football field again. The dude bet on his own team. That's where I draw the line. Now, if he was betting on, I think I draw the line at betting on your own sport. If he was betting on, college basketball or college baseball, maybe a suspension. Pros definitely a suspension. I could see that. But betting on your own sport should absolutely get you banned from college football. And not to mention, let's just talk about the legal side of this for a second. The judge that granted him this preliminary injunction, first off, the trial date being set, he is a really good lawyer. Let's just put that out there.
Obvious.
Fantastic lawyer.
I mean, he has a really good attorney that literally said he had conflict dates in his trial because they would have tried this earlier until the end of the college football season. The judge should be disbarred and for not having recused himself of this case.
One of them did.
One of them did. This
Texas
is a different
Tech grad,
judge.
by the way.
Texas Tech grad. Yeah, he should have recused himself in this case. He should be disbarred. This is completely. I mean, it is unlawful to grant this injunction against a private entity like the NCAA. It is not a public entity. There are guidelines set by the NCAA. They are allowed to adhere by these guidelines. These preliminary injunctions that these athletes are granting, I just do not understand the legality of it. I think they're just being handed out left and right by alums of these schools. And the NCAA isn't going to expend their resources to fight them necessarily to the extent that gets them nullified immediately. And I think this is an absolutely cool take. This is all bullshit that he's allowed to play in college football. Luke, what do you think?
I think this is completely cool. I mean, we got to think of the most recent gambling controversy, the Iowa State guys. They all got suspended for an entire year of eligibility, and they weren't allowed to play for that year. I mean, Iowa State's backup quarterback had to go to JUCO for his last year because he got literally suspended and nobody would take him. So it completely ruins guys' shot at getting to the pros, if that. And also, let's think about this too. How old was he when he gambled on these games?
Way under 21, Luke.
Under 21. That is illegal. And I don't even know if it's legal. It could be. Is it even legal in Indiana?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it is. But still, he was 18, 19, sports betting. That is illegal. You cannot do that. So I don't understand how that didn't come up at all because that's technically a crime.
Judge should be disbarred. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. All right, Michael, why do you think this take is bull?
I mean, I just come from the perspective of that what I really just think the NCAA is as a whole. And we all know that they're not the most moral organization out there. And speaking of what Luke said, talking about the Iowa State people, they weren't banned for life. They were only banned for a year.
Yeah, which
so
is what he did.
My thought process is, as the marketing of this gambling becomes more and more prevalent, and all these players, professional players right now, are getting deals with trading companies and even sports betting companies like LeBron's a partner with DraftKings. I think it's just eventually dwindling down to college football. And I just really think by the end, and probably 5 years, it's really just going to be a freelance world of this gambling and sports just combining. And you kind of see it with this just dwindling down of just numbing the fans of, oh, okay, well, this happened. That's not that big of a deal. And then so that's just honestly where I was coming from, is that it's just the gambling is becoming more and more not a big of a deal. So, I mean, why not let the kid play? I mean, he did it. It's not like he bet against Indiana, went out there and played, and then threw 5 interceptions. He had nothing to do with the game. So,
all right, well, that's just like, do you think
inside information?
Do you think insider trading should be legal?
no.
That's exactly what he did, because you know the game plan. Say starting quarterback, has a sprained ankle
All
isn't going
of
to be able
y'all,
to run.
if any of y'all were in government, y'all would be doing insider training right now, and y'all would not say an effing word. And that is just fact.
I object to this claim.
I would, but like it shouldn't be legal.
Good moral
It should
men
not
here,
be
we wouldn't
legal at all.
inside
That's
training.
that's what I'm saying. I don't like. Yes,
Wrap it
it
up.
is wrong.
Wrap it up.
And, yes, it is wrong. But I'm just saying that it's just a part of the world now that you're just gonna have to accept it and just
When
let
you
the
get
kid
caught,
play.
you should get punished.
Also,
Thank you, Chase.
so-
when you
hold
get
on, I
caught,
do
you should get punished.
I do have one more thing with the NCAA, with how they did with Alabama's thing. The guy couldn't they come back again and just say no, you can't play?
And so,
So
how many players got paid before NIL that didn't get hurt at all? Probably like,
Tide roll.
yeah.
No.
So I'm just saying.
Hey, but save
And then now no one cares about any of that because of NIL. And that's what I'm saying is going to happen. In 5 years to now, all this crap, they're going to be talking about all these people that were banned from betting. They're going to be talking about them like Reggie Bush.
Okay.
Just like I said in the podcast a couple of days ago, if he did not play this whole year, they're going to be talking about him like Reggie Bush in a couple of years. But he is playing. So,
What's your take?
Texas Tech, baby. Guns up. All right. My take is that the NBA should keep with the light officiating
It has
that
been
is going on
officiated,
right now.
correct, Yes.
Now, if you saw both sides of Twitter after the last game, especially the Knicks side, I mean, I got all Knicks feed, all good and bad. Let's be honest. But the main thing, of course, of course, fans are gonna complain when you're losing, but man, they were harping on the refs because the free throw percentages or attempts for both sides were very lopsided. But I mean, you're just gonna foul Wemby more in general, anyways. But I like the pushing and shoving that is going on in the NBA right now, and it's funny that the fans are complaining about this because probably for the past couple of years, all the fans have been complaining about is how soft the NBA is. And then once we get a couple push or shoves or Wemby grabbing Jalen Brunson's neck and shoving it to the ground, I mean, people think it's outrageous and the craziest thing in the world. But I think this is exactly the finals that the NBA needed. I mean, I'm sure Adam Silver is looking at these ratings and like licking his lips because it is really good. I mean, Will doesn't watch NBA. And yes, I mean, we're probably going to watch it a little bit more because of gambling, but all the games have been really good
Yeah.
and they're actually make you want to tune into more games
No, 100%.
because of how competitive it is and they let stuff happen. So yeah, that's my take.
I'm going to go with complete cool. The officiating has been absolutely phenomenal in the final so far. They are allowing basketball to be played with the physicality it requires to be played at a high level. Yeah, Michael's 100% correct. I'm a Phoenix Suns fan. I will watch Suns games. That's about it. I'm not a big NBA guy. But I have tuned in for these finals. One, because we went on an absolute fucking banger of a run last night and hit $580 worth of bets. But the product has been unbelievable. I wanted the Spurs to win, not only because I want the Spurs to win the series, but I wanted more games. I want to keep watching the games. And that's the first time I've ever heard myself saying that other than, you know, the Suns being in the finals or like back in 2016 when the Warriors were playing the Cavs. I mean, I want more games. And that is so rare to be saying in 2026. I'm absolutely stoked if they keep this level of officiating for the regular season and the rest of the playoffs going forward. I'm absolute cool.
Yeah, I was going to agree. I mean, I would say the main reason that both of me and you were cheering for the Spurs is that we did not want this to go to 3-0 and
Yeah.
potentially to end in 4 games. So
I wholeheartedly agree. Luke, what do you say? Cooler Bull.
Oh, it's completely cool because I've watched the Grizzlies until they all got hurt. Like I've watched a decent amount of regular season NBA basketball, and it's like it's touch foul, touch foul, touch foul. Basketball is a physical sport. It is a physical sport, and you have dudes out there that are just absolute physical specimens on the basketball court. They're gonna hit each other. They're gonna bump each other. There's no reason to blow your whistle every time someone falls down. I love that this is how the officiating should just be in general. Now, like the only thing I didn't agree with last night is like obviously Wemby, if they caught it, should have gotten the tech. I didn't think Hart should have gotten a tech for just the shove. I thought that's whatever, but I love it when they let them play and you're physical. So I think it's completely cool.
Chase, Cooler Bull.
I think it's completely cool. Knicks fans are Knicks fans. I just want to start with that. I mean, we had Knicks fans attacking Spurs fans after the game yesterday just because they were wearing
that
Spurs
was
stuff.
crazy.
I mean, absolutely insane. So take whatever Knicks fans say with a grain of salt. I mean, a lot of them are the scum of the earth. But I mean, they do have some validity in some of the foul calls, that weren't called. But I do kind of like it. I mean, we've gotten so accustomed to seeing the touch foul, flop fouls that they've been given SGA over the last couple years, and a lot of the teams that have gone far. I'm just using the Thunder as an example, have gotten a lot of favorable calls in the playoffs, and I mean, down the stretch, as you saw in games, the Thunder didn't get those calls as much, and neither did the Spurs. Was a banger of a series. This series is kind of trending in the same direction. I love it. I mean, you're bringing eyes to the game again. People don't want to see a bunch of flopping. I think that was pretty clear. Um, there's clearly been some changing going on with the officiating because, I mean, Adam Silver has to have had a hand in some of this stuff. So I love to see it. I think this is a completely cool take.
All right, moving on and continuing to talk about the NBA Finals. The Spurs got a game back, and they are now down 2-1 in the series. A reminder: me and Chase are on the Spurs. Michael and Luke are on the Knicks. A couple of highlighted players. First for the winning team, San Antonio, who took the game 115-111. Victor Wembanyama, he showed up when he needed to. 6 assists, 8 rebounds, 32 points, and 2 steals with 3 blocks, and was +7 on the plus-minus line. Another player to shout out for just being there and not just dropping zeros. De'Aaron Fox had 12 points, and they were 12 crucial points. Me and Michael kept yelling for him to get the ball out of his hands, and then he scored. Stephon Castle had a wonderful game, guys. He had 5 and 5 with rebounds and assists and dropped 23 points. And then in terms of role players, guys, Dylan Harper, man, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, really rounded out a well-rounded performance for San Antonio. On the Knicks side, the story was 100% one. Jalen Brunson went absolutely nuclear, 32 points with 5 and 5 on the rebounds and assists. He did have 5 turnovers, though, and was -9 on the plus-minus. So defensively, not a great game for Jalen, but offensively, he definitely showed up. Offensively as well, out of nowhere, were Jordan Clarkson with 10 points, and then Josh Hart, who had 16 points and 9 rebounds, who was absolutely electric from 3. And then let's talk about the man of the game, even though he was on the losing side. OG Anunoby.
Oh, dude, he balled.
OG Anunoby went 9 for 13 from the field, 3 for 7 from three-point line, 28 points, 5 rebounds. He was only -3 on the plus-minus line, which is, pretty good for the rest of the Knicks lineup, other than the +11 Mikal Bridges had. It was an absolutely banger of a game, guys. I thought the Spurs showed up when they needed to. I thought the Knicks kept it close. I thought it was great basketball. Luke, Michael, then Chase, what did y'all take away from Game 3 of the NBA Finals, and how do you see it going forward? I think the Spurs will win Game 4 and bring it back to San Antonio 2-2.
I think I'll say first, it's going to end up going 6. I think the New York will win the next game, goes back to San Antonio Game 5. Spurs will win that. Then they'll close it out in New York, and the city will burn. But if they are going to win more, Miles Bridges can't shoot the ball 5 times and go 1 for 5. Like, he is a starter. Like, he played great defensively. He had some great steals and blocks. He has got to at least score double digits. He can't just be throwing up 2. I mean, and then Brunson, I know he hadn't really been efficient all series. He needs to at least try to be a little more efficient. And they only scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, which is like just completely unacceptable in NBA terms. So, I mean, I have faith for the Knicks. Me and this dude, my boss at work, were talking about this. At this game, there was so much hype. Somebody was going to come into MSG and just absolutely go nuclear, and the Spurs were going to win. And that's what Wemby did. So, I do think they'll be able to get Game 4. Spurs take Game 5. They'll win it in New York for Game 6.
Yeah. I'm going to take this from both perspectives. If I'm a Spurs fan, I'm feeling really good right now because you won, and Josh Hart hit 4 threes, and Jordan Clarkson had 2 threes and came off the bench like that. And OG had his best game of the series, and you still beat them. Now, Karl Anthony Towns needs to wake up because that was a poor performance from him. And not only was it just like he just wasn't playing himself, like he would catch the ball on the perimeter, have an open 3, and just pump fake it or just not take it. When you're the best 3-point shooting big in the league, you need to jack him up. You're the second best player on the team behind Brunson. You need to just trust your shot and shoot him. Now for the Spurs, Will highlighted it earlier, and you cannot just give enough praise to Dylan Harper, the rookie. This dude is being the Spurs' Josh Hart, but he's just like a little bit more of a better basketball player. Like, he's a little bit more athletic, does the same, goes and crashes the boards. I think he just has a little bit more of a bag than Hart. I mean, they were saying when Hart made his first three, he was shooting like in the 30s from 3-point for the playoffs. So he just had like a nuclear game. So that win for the Spurs was huge. If they get this and tie it up and it went opposite homes, I mean, this is where it becomes really anyone's series. But I will say, I think I do expect a bounce back game from the Knicks. I think they're going to have a big team meeting, and then I think Cat's probably going to take over next game. So I think the Knicks are going to win that in 3-1, but I wouldn't hold against a 3-1 comeback for the Spurs. I will say that.
Chase, what do you think? I also have Spurs in 7, but I do think it goes 2-2 back to San Antonio. Chase, what do you think?
I completely agree with Will. I think it does go 2-2 back to San Antonio and goes to 7. We've seen Wembanyama show up in the biggest moments when he needs to. I think he's going to do it again. I think he kind of likes playing that quote unquote villain role. They're going to be motivated coming off of how just the Knicks fans acted last game and just the environment. I think that this group of players is young, hungry, and they're going to feed off that energy. And hopefully send it back to San Antonio 2-2. I do think this series goes 7. I hope it goes 7. This has been fantastic playoff basketball. I do think now that the Knicks have lost, they could lose back to back after not losing for such a long time. They don't know what to do following a loss over such a long period of time. And I think Wemby kind of turned the tide. If you look in games 1 and 2, he was pretty poor and inefficient, even though the numbers were still somewhat there. Game 3, numbers were great. He was efficient. Looked like he was handling the defense and the physicality a lot better. So I think they push it back 2-2, and I think that we're headed back to San Antonio all tied up.
To the NHL now.
I will say one thing.
Go ahead.
Finishing this off. If De'Aaron Fox gets his confidence back and starts making the shots, then the Spurs might not lose another game. I will say that because he's been a big liability. And just his shooting percentages were still terrible last game, but he actually made some clutch
shots. But he was
shots,
making some shots, so yeah, he's trending in the right direction. I agree. De'Aaron Fox and Karl-Anthony Towns are the two players that will determine the swings in this series. Heading on to the ice now in the Stanley Cup Final, Vegas went up 2-1 in an absolute thrilling 5-4 overtime victory over Carolina in overtime. Vegas was up 4-0. Carolina tied it up 4-4, and then Vegas won it in overtime. A couple quick hits in terms of the scoring. It was Hurdle, Marner starting out with Vegas. Then we went Martinook, Hall, Stahl, and Smeshnikov on the power play to tie it up. Shea Theodore got the overtime winner for Vegas. In terms of the goalies, Carter Hart had 29 saves on 33 shot attempts at .879 save percentage. Brandon Bussey came in relief of Frederick Anderson. Anderson went with a .750 save percentage, allowed 4 goals on 16 shots, only had 12 saves. But Brandon Bussey, man, came in and had 18 saves on 19 shots with a .947 save percentage. They went with Bussey again in goal tonight. It is 3-3 at the end of the second period between Carolina and Vegas. Our goal scorers are as follows: Brett Howden, William Karlsson, and Mark Stone for Vegas, Jordan Stahl, Jackson Blake, and Logan Stankoven for Carolina. Carter Hart has 19 saves on 22 shot attempts for the Golden Knights, and Brandon Bussey has 9 saves on 12 shot attempts. Not as great as a performance for Brandon for the Carolina Hurricanes. I just bet on it live. I do think Carolina wins this. I took them at plus 100 on the live money line. I know they just gave up this lead. However, this is an absolute must win for Carolina. You can't go down 3-1. Carolina also has just looked much better than Vegas has this game, but there's been a couple fluke goals so far. So we're saying we're going in my stance 2-2 back to Carolina. I think Carolina takes game 5 in Carolina. Vegas will take game 6, and I think we're going to have both professional series going on right now go to game 7. I think Carolina will ultimately take it. I think the move at goalie is going to be a very big determining factor for Carolina's success. Frederick, I don't know why they decided, and this was a conversation at the beginning of the playoffs, why they decided to go with Freddie Anderson over Brandon Bussey, who Brandon Bussey had an absolutely unbelievable regular season. They were splitting time 50-50. They decided to go straight with Frederick Anderson. He played well enough to essentially not lose a game until Montreal series where they only lost 1. And then now they made the switch again. Brandon Bussey gets the start here in Game 4 with a little bit more confidence when you're Tindy. I think Carolina is playing sort of that more lockdown defense, high octane offense kind of pace. I mean, they're out shooting Vegas by like 15 shots right now. That bodes well for Carolina, especially in terms of momentum and how the ice tilts. So again, I like Carolina in 7. Luke, what are you taking away so far from the Stanley Cup Finals? And by the way, it was huge that Vegas was able to recuperate from blowing a 4-0 lead and win that game in overtime. All credit to the Golden Knights. That kept them in this series from being a 5-game Carolina win. They would not have recovered from that. What do you take away from the Cup final, Luke?
Yeah, I cannot believe they won that game, Game 3. I thought with all the momentum that Carolina had just scored, the 4 goals or whatever, heading to overtime, I thought for sure they were going to just end up winning that game. And they didn't fold over. They ended up winning. I still think that Carolina is going to end up winning tonight. Then it's just going to be the home. They're going to win in 7. I think Vegas will end up going, when they go back to Vegas, will end up winning that game. But I think Carolina will take care of business in their 2 other games at home and win the series in 7.
Michael.
Yeah, I still don't know how Vegas won that Game 3. I mean, the only reason I guess they won is because it was at home and they still have the crowd behind them. But I think Vegas wins this and it goes up 3-1. And then I think the home team just wins. So I think Vegas wins in 6. To me, it kind of doesn't really make any sense except for that the puck is just falling in Vegas's way. Just from watching both the Avalanche series and the first 3 games and now some of Game 4 in this series, I mean, Mitch Marner is just unconscious right now. And he's acting like a Connor McDavid. Like when he has the puck, all the defenders are drawing towards him. And I think effect is going to keep continuing through the series. And I think Vegas gets it done in 6.
All right, Chase, what do you say?
Couldn't have said it much better than the producer there. I mean, he took the words out of my mouth. Vegas is just their luck in this postseason. I mean, it's been astronomical. When they look down and out for the count, they get they'll get, like we talked about, a late overtime goal to win after giving up 4 in a row, blowing a lead when the momentum's clearly not in their favor. Talking tonight, 2 fluke goals. I mean, you just go down the list. And then on top of it, when you have a player playing as well as Mitch Marner is right now, I mean, I don't think that he's clearly been the best player this entire postseason. I think it's pretty easy to say, in my opinion. But that being said, I mean, I do think Carolina will push this to 6, but I agree with Mikey. Like, I don't think it's going past 6. I think Vegas wins 4-2.
I mean, Vegas had those 2 own goals that Carolina had in Game 3 was like, you can't even.
The game winner bounced off the board.
You can't even draw that shit up. You really can't.
It's been like that all series. Look, hey, when it's falling your way, you're falling your way. Let's head over to the Diamond now for the College World Series picks. In one side of the bracket, we have the number 16 overall seed West Virginia playing our mighty Troy Trojans. We will be, me and the producer, boots on ground. We are going to be boots on ground for all 4 of the first games. So we'll be seeing West Virginia, Troy, and then on the same side of the bracket on Friday, North Carolina against the University of Mississippi Ole Miss. And then on Saturday, we get to go see the Oklahoma Sooners play the Alabama Crimson Tide. And on that side of the bracket, Texas will face the Georgia Dogs. Obviously, a little bit of heart here, but I've been riding with it the entire way. Why would I stop now that it's come to fruition? Troy is going to be heading to the National Championship Series. The runner-up will be North Carolina. Troy will not have to win 2 games. They will do it in a clean sweep. North Carolina will lose their first game to Ole Miss. Troy will beat Ole Miss, and North Carolina will come out of the loser's bracket to face Troy, where they will inevitably lose. Georgia will beat Texas. Alabama will beat Oklahoma. Just kidding. Oklahoma is red hot. The Sooners are going to be facing the Georgia Dogs. Georgia will win to go to that side of the bracket championship. Texas will come out of the loser's bracket to face the Georgia Dogs again, but unfortunately, they're not going to have it for Georgia. Troy will then win 2 of 3 against the Georgia Bulldogs and be crowned your 2026 national champions. Again, if Troy makes it to the championship series, me, Mikey, and my father, and we'll be flying back out to Omaha. Me and Mikey are the only 2 going this time, but my father will be going back out to Omaha for the championship series. So hope it comes to fruition. Luke, how do you see it?
So I'll start with my more sensible side of the bracket. I've got Georgia beating Texas. I think Georgia's the best team in the country. I could see Texas end up. I think that's a pick 'em between those two teams.
I'm so excited to see that
So
game.
that is going to be an absolute great game whenever they do, in fact, play in the championship or whatever. However many
They
times
play in the first round too, but yeah.
No, yeah, no. I mean, like how many times they play. But I've got Georgia winning, runner-up being Texas, and then I don't like Ole Miss, and I really just despise North Carolina. So we're gonna ride with Troy, and I guess Carolina's gonna end up being the runner-up. And I still am gonna have Georgia winning, and I do kind of think they will do unholy things. But I think Troy will get to the final hopefully. So as long as it's not North Carolina and Ole Miss, though, don't really care.
Who's up next?
Chase is up
How
next.
do you see it, brother?
Well, I mean, I think we all can kind of agree we're homing a little bit here. So why stop? So I'm gonna start off with the Troy side of the bracket. I think Troy beats West Virginia. The Magic is gonna keep rolling. And I think North Carolina's better. They're better than Ole Miss. And then Troy's gonna beat North Carolina. So it's in North Carolina loser bracket. I got Ole Miss beating West Virginia, North Carolina beating Ole Miss, and then Troy's gonna win again, knock North Carolina out to go to the College World Series championship. Then I've got Texas losing to Georgia in game one. I've got OU beating a red hot Alabama. Then Texas smoking Alabama, Georgia beating Oklahoma pretty handedly. Then Texas will dominate OU, and then I've got Texas beating Georgia twice to go to the College World Series final, where they do ultimately beat Troy. I wanted to pick Troy here, but I do think Texas has the magic. Coach Schlossnagle has been looking for a natty for so long at multiple different programs. I think it's his time, and he's finally got a roster that has a little bit of pitching, has a little bit of hitting. They got it all. I think Texas wins the national championship.
And now for the not fun bracket, for the dude who's also gonna be boots on ground, Michael. How do you see it?
Yeah. I'll start with the right side. I'm so excited for this Georgia Texas game. Not only is this, I mean, I'm gonna say this is probably the two best teams left in the tournament, and they did not play each other at all in the regular season, which is pretty awesome. So we get to see them play each other for the first time, and I think Georgia wins. And I'm just riding with my pick at the beginning of our predictions. I had Georgia winning it all. I'm still on them. I think Bama beats Oklahoma, and then I think Georgia beats Bama, and then I think Texas beats Oklahoma, beats Bama, and then Georgia again beats Texas to move on to the College World Series final. Now, I mean, if you're just a college baseball fan, this left side is awesome. I mean, you got so many different kinds of teams here, but I am biased, of course. I would love Troy for the win, but I mean, this West Virginia team has all the right voodoo magic right now, and they are hot. And I think they beat Troy. I think North Carolina beats Ole Miss. I think Troy beats Ole Miss as Ole Miss is eliminated. And then I think North Carolina, Troy play each other. North Carolina wins. And then West Virginia beats North Carolina to go to the final. And there, I think the Georgia Dogs get it done and continue the streak of the SEC teams winning the College World Series.
Brother, it's not going to be SEC this year. It's going to be SBC. You heard it here first.
I mean, I'm just super excited, to be honest. This is a great College World Series. Yeah, there is a lot of SEC teams. Would I like to see, like, I don't know, like an Auburn instead of an Oklahoma, or like a Mississippi State instead of Alabama? Yeah, but I love this left side where Troy's on. I mean, you got some really cool and different teams on there.
In terms of like who is there, if I could have picked one matchup that I thought would have made it just slightly more of a better atmosphere, Kansas. I think being against Alabama would have been, especially with the terms of travel, would have been pretty
Kansas is
electric.
right there, too. That is true.
So I think Kansas over Oklahoma would have been cool, but it's going to be an absolute hell of a time.
Yep.
What do we got next on here? NASCAR trucks, or the truck series. This was Heim time, brother. This was Corey Heim got the win in Michigan for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. You know, the DQS Solutions is staffing 250. Michigan, not the most exciting of tracks, but we did have some absolutely electric wrecks, which, I mean, one of the hardest hits I've seen in a while, where Chase Elliott completely took out Christopher Bell. He ended up fracturing his wrist, but he is cleared to race this weekend. Again, Corey Heim was the winner. I had Carson Hocevar. He came in third, as did Chase. And then Luke with Gio Ruggiero. He came in 12th with the number 17 truck. On to the Cup Series. Denny Hamlin ran a flawless race and got the win in Michigan. By like a 10-second gap. It wasn't even freaking close. It truly was impressive from Hamlin, and his team is rolling just as the team he owns, 23-11. I went with Hocevar. He came in 5th in his hometown track. Chase went with the 45 car. Tyler Reddick, who came in 35th after wrecking out. And, again, Luke takes Christopher Bell, and he just gets taken out of nowhere by a completely unrelated incident. I mean, this is twice now that Luke's picked Bell, and twice
He's been just taken.
that he's just been taken out when he's having a great day. Bell ended up coming in 31st again. Denny Hamlin was your winner. On now to the FIFA World Cup. We have our World Cup superlatives, and I will get us kicked off. My champion at plus 700 is England. It is coming home for the Three Lions. I'm absolutely in love with the squad they have put out there, led by my player to watch, who I'll talk in a second. My dark horse is going to be straight up. It's going to be the United States. That's completely unbiased. I mean, you're on home soil. They're accustomed to the climate and the temperature, which we have seen teams struggle with in these road to the 26 games. I'm fully confident in the U.S.'s ability to make it even maybe to the final, but at least the semifinals, and definitely the quarters. My flop is France. I think Kylian Mbappe has been an absolute atrocity over the last year. I think his toxicity will kind of blend over now into the national team. I think France has a lot of high expectations on them. And a flop for me is them getting bounced in one of the first 2 rounds of the knockout stage, and I do see that happening. My player to watch is Bukayo Saka of England. This young gunner out of Arsenal had 7 goals and 5 assists this year in the Premier League, and also had an unbelievable Champions League with 3 goals and 2 assists in 11 matches. A lot of speed out there in the front wing for England from Bukayo Saka. He is my player to watch. Luke, how do you see this one going?
So obviously home in a little bit, just slightly, I think, just slightly, but I think the USA hopefully will win. I know it won't happen, but I just had to put it out there. My dark horse, I'm gonna agree with Chase. I've been on Norway TikTok the last few I guess the last week. I just seeing these things about people rowing boats, Eric Holland, all the Norway team dressing up in Viking gear. I'm like, this is awesome. And then France is gonna be my flop because I hate Mbappe. And I did see this thing. I don't know the guy's name, but apparently France is a really good young player.
Yes.
And Mbappe, this is reiterating some dude's take, but he was saying Mbappe is going to still try and be the face of France, and he's going to take way too many shots, and he's going to just try and force the issue, and that it's going to end up hurting them, and they're going to end up losing a game because of it.
I saw the exact same
Who's your
video,
player to watch?
actually.
And then my favorite player is going to be Erling Haaland because that dude's going to mog all over France, and he is going to win that group. Because I definitely did not place a wager on them to win the group.
I love it, Luke. How do you see the World Cup going, brother?
Well, I think Portugal has the best squad going into the tournament. Usually, these cup competitions are decided by who has the best midfield, and when you look at the 2 best midfields in this tournament, you obviously got to look at Spain, and then you look at Portugal. In terms of Spain, they are a very talented group. I think Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams being a tiny bit banged up weakens their attack just a degree, even though that they play probably the most congruent football out of anybody. I still see them making the final, but I think Portugal has everything. They have great outside backs with Joao Cancelo and Nuno Mendes, and in the midfield 3 of João Neves and Vitinha and Bruno Fernandes. I mean, they're just going to boss the middle of the pitch. And then when you have the greatest striker of all time just banging in goals for you, I think this Portugal team's going to go really far, and I would just love to see Ronaldo in his farewell World Cup go out as a champion. I wanted to put the U.S. as a dark horse, but I've been let down so many times by this American national team. I think we look great. I don't want to put any pressure on them. I just want to, enjoy the games and just support and be a fan and be excited about it. And everything. But I actually have Norway here as my dark horse. I could see Norway making it as far as the semifinals. They have a really good squad. Obviously, they're led by one of the best players in the world, as Luke pointed out, in Erling Haaland. But they have so much quality all over the pitch. They play really well together. This is a team that did not lose a single game in World Cup qualifying and scored a boatload of goals. And they just looked fantastic. And mind you, they were not in an easy group. They had Italy in the same group as them. And Italy, even though they've fallen off, is still considered a way better soccer nation than Norway. So I think Norway's poised to have a big run. I think obviously Erling Haaland is going to have to bang in a lot of goals, but we'll have to see. And then my flop for this World Cup, it's been a trend over the last couple tournaments that the defending champion, minus France, as we saw in 2022, make it all the way to the final, but the defending champion tends to flop. And I think that's the case with this Argentina side. Yes, they won their Common Ball World Cup qualifying. They their squad is still really talented, but it is an aging squad. A lot of the players that won the World Cup they're obviously 4 years older. Messi's 4 years older. Rodrigo De Paul's 4 years older. They're coming off some of their better players, Enzo Fernandez and Alexis McAllister, are coming off poor seasons. Their defending has been suspect at best. I mean, Julian Alvarez is going to have a big role for them if they want to go far in this tournament. Granted, they do have a really easy group, but I could see them getting bounced decently early in the round of 16 or maybe even the quarterfinals in a matchup against Portugal. I just don't see them winning again. And I think a lot of people have this Argentina going pretty far, so they're going to be my flop. And then my player to watch is going to be, like Luke pointed out, the young gun for France, Mikel Olise. Absolutely fantastic talent from Bayern Munich.
Ball nowhere.
Could have
Ball
picked
nowhere.
France or England, but he's an absolute dog. Scored a hat trick in the friendly, and that's all that, and the friendly leading up to the World Cup, and that's all I needed to see to put him as my player to watch. Red hot form. I mean, he has it all. Dribbling pace. He's going to let a lot of people know his name after this tournament, and I think in a France side that's going to score a lot of goals, he's going to be at the forefront of a lot of creativity. So I think France is going to go pretty far, and I think it's going to be a lot because of Michael Olise.
Michael, how do you see it going, brother?
Yeah, man. I'm on the Netherlands, and I think it's very biased. Probably why I'm on the Netherlands is because that was the team that knocked out the United States last year, and so that was the first team I was like, holy crap, they are really leagues above the United States. So, and then they also went to penalties with Argentina the game after and lost. So they lost to the champions last year. I mean, not last year, last World Cup. So I think they're due for a little bit of a breakout here. I mean, I could see them going all the way to the semifinals. I mean, they're huge. And I think that is just such a big factor when it comes to soccer. Right, Luke?
Mm-hmm.
And
Huge.
then, so yeah, I'm
Massive.
riding with the Netherlands. Obviously, dark horse, going with the United States. I mean, not much to say here except for the fact that you got the home field. I mean, if the United States just knows how to clutch up when it matters most, hockey, clutch, it's, I don't know, it's just kind of a thing that the United States does. Now, is soccer our weakest?
Yes.
Yes. But so I agree with Chase in the aspect. I'm just sitting back and just enjoying and watching because I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of pressure on this team, but the World Cup 4 years ago, I feel like there's so much pressure on this team for them to win the group or at least make it to the round of 16, and they did. So I think they have a little less pressure this time, and maybe they'll play more free and then maybe make it to the round of 16 again. So my flop, I'm going with the Three Lions. I'm going with England. I mean, if you want to talk about a comparison, England is the Kentucky basketball. I mean, they're
Or the
just
Cowboys.
or the Cowboys. Actually, the Cowboys is a great. They're just the name brand name. They're always good. I think a flop for England is if they probably got eliminated in the round of 16. If they made it further than that, then you'd be like, okay, we did decent because they expect to win it every single time there's a World Cup, and they still haven't. So I just think they're going to flop again, especially being on U.S. soil. England never wins on U.S. soil on anything.
Very true.
Oh, they do not.
Who's your player to watch?
I
Elite
am
analysis.
hot on Virgil van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk.
Dijk.
All right, I do want to add on the U.S. point. I agree with you 100%. This team's 4 years older. We had one of the youngest rosters at the last World Cup, so we're a little older. I think that's going to play well for us, and I would just like to see us do well. We got an easy group. We have an easy pathway. So if we can beat the teams we're supposed to beat, we'll have a really good run. And I think a lot of the country is going to get behind us, and we can maybe do a little something special.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just think that it is a more like veteran team, and I like it. And speaking of Virgil, he was like the guy that's like 6'8", that's on the Netherlands, and I was like, why is this dude playing soccer? First off, but then I was like, this dude is awesome. He like towered over Pulisic, and I was like, yeah, this dude's a dog. So yeah, that's the guy I'm gonna be watching for in this World Cup.
I like the Netherlands pick. I always root for the Dutch when it comes to the World Cup. We do have games on Thursday in the FIFA World Cup. Mexico kicking off against South Africa in our first affair. I am going to go Mexico on home soil here, 3-2-0. South Africa is a much inferior side. This Mexico team is going to be very fired up about playing on their home soil in the World Cup, and I have them easily taking this one against South Africa. I'm going to go 1-0 at halftime, 2 goals in the second half for Mexico. Luke, how do you see it?
Mexico's playing at home. It's going to be a 2-0 win versus South Africa.
Michael.
I'm going. You said South Africa?
No, versus South Africa.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Sorry.
I'm going Mexico too. Yeah, I'm just gonna take them to win the home game. I think 2-0 as well. Maybe even 3-0. I'm not gonna lie. They might get a late one to go 3-0. Because wait, points
differential
matter, right?
matters,
Yes.
Like points matter
Yeah,
pretty
the
big in
goals,
this.
the goals matter.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going 3-0 Mexico.
All right, Chase, how do you see it?
I mean, the entire nation of Mexico has been waiting for this ever since that it announced that the joint bid with the United States, Canada, and Mexico, they're all going to be hosting, and the opening game is going to be at Estadio Azteca, which is the most iconic stadium in all of world football. Really, I mean, it's a cathedral where it's hosted. This is going to be its third World Cup. If Mexico were to lose this game, I think some cities might burn in the country down south. Quite honestly, South Africa is easily the weakest team in this group. I think Mexico strongly handles them. I think it's probably will end up being 2-3-0. I'm gonna go with 3-0, and I think that they're gonna have just the home juice, just the juice of opening a World Cup match. They played, actually, funny enough, South Africa and Mexico played to open the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, where they tied 1-1. I think Mexico gets their get back, and I think Mexico wins big.
All right, now the matchup I'm actually thrilled for is between Czechia and South Korea out of this group. I think this is going to be a big match in determining who comes second and who comes third. I have South Korea with a goal by Hugh Min Son winning this game 2-1 in an absolute banger of a match on Thursday night. I cannot wait to get my eyes on the TV to watch this match. I'm way more excited about this match than Mexico South Africa. Luke, how do you see Czechia and South Korea going?
I need South Korea to win, so South Korea is going to win 2-1.
2-1. All right, Michael.
Yeah, I'm gonna go South Korea as well. Although Czechia is very good club. I think they have done very well in the past couple of World Cups. But South Korea, with our boy, he's scoring the game-winning goal. And yeah, I think 2-1 sounds about right. I could even see it being just 1-0. So yeah, that's gonna be my pick, South Korea.
Chase.
I'm actually going to go with a 1-1 draw here. I don't think there's a lot in it. I think Patrick Schick is going to play really well for Czechia and get a goal, but I do think South Korea's quality kind of outweighs Czechia in the end, and I think that it ends with a 1-1 draw.
1-1. All right.
All right.
All
right, boy.
I have. Here it is.
Here we go with our shenanigans.
We're in now for the producer's puzzle. Producer, what do you got for us today?
I got two Keep 3 Cup 5s for y'all. We got a college football one and an NFL one.
Okay.
Chase, which one do you want to do first?
Let's do college football.
All right, college football first. Boys, we are doing Keep 3 Cut 5 college football rivalries.
Oh,
this is so bad. This is so bad.
So, y'all know how the drill goes. First rivalry going up. We're going with the Red River, Texas, Oklahoma.
Cut.
Keep.
Cut.
You have
Keep.
to cut.
I cut.
It's
Sorry,
the
Chase.
big. It's the what
No,
do
it
you-
is not the biggest.
It's not.
Look,
It's
behind
honestly
Ohio State, Michigan. It is easily.
no,
What are you gonna have above it?
no.
What do you have above it?
If we're keeping three, no. Either are multiple rivalries. I would rather keep off
Hold
top of
on.
my head.
hold on.
I mean,
I need to get.
What are you gonna
let
have
me get a
above that?
visualization.
I'd rather have the game. I'd rather have Army Navy.
That's
I'd
one.
rather
That's the
have
only
Egg
one,
Bowl.
Dad.
I'd rather have the Iron Bowl.
Because you're from. Because that's your team.
You're also
Will.
from Texas.
It doesn't matter. This is the biggest thing. Like we have this is the biggest thing in the state of Texas.
I mean, hell,
every
I'd
single year.
take the Holy War over
Crap.
the Red River
Nah,
Showdown.
nah.
Oh,
Hold on. I would
This
only
is
take
top three.
Ohio State and then Army Navy. I think this can be interflopped with the Iron Bowl, in my opinion.
I agree.
Cut this bitch.
I think this, but is he? I'm gonna flip a coin.
He's gonna screw with the.
Heads, we keep it. Tails, we cut it.
All right.
Flip a coin. It is heads. We keep it.
All right. We're keeping the Red River rivalry.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all are keeping Texas, Oklahoma, Red River. That's your first. Next, we are going to go Notre Dame, USC.
All right.
Cut. They discontinued it.
I mean, it's
Easy.
still a very well-renowned
Easy-
rivalry.
Easy cut.
All right. Next, we are going to go Auburn, Alabama,
Give me
Iron Bowl.
The Iron Bowl is timeless. We've had timeless moments from the Iron Bowl. There is legitimate political
Yes.
hate in the state of Alabama, something that we do not see in the Texas-Oklahoma rivalry. Interstate rivalries
Oh,
are better.
what are you talking about?
Interstate rivalries are better than out-of-state rivalries. It is night and day. I'm absolutely saying we keep the Iron Bowl.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with you on most things. The state doesn't matter. Michigan, Ohio
State
State.
absolutely matters.
Michigan, Ohio State are in two different states, and that's the best rivalry in college football.
I disagree, but that's fine.
So
Agreed.
Big Ten is mid.
I completely
Okay.
agree. I think we cut this one because I think that we can we'll
I-
get the game for sure.
I don't think
And
he's going to
then-
put in
I'll be honest with
Army
you.
Navy.
The Iron Bowl. I mean, both of these are better than Army Navy in terms of
Yes.
quality, anyway. So
I'm fine with keeping this because I don't
All
think
right,
he's
keep
going to
it.
put Army Navy in here, anyways.
All right.
keep
So
it.
y'all have kept two already
yeah,
and then cut one. So y'all can only keep one more. All right. Our next one, we're just going to go with BYU versus Utah.
it was better
Cut.
than the Red River rivalry, but we have to cut it.
Hell no.
All right, Will.
That game is nuts. That game is absolutely nuts. Every year, no matter
Oh.
how good they are.
No, the only people who care about that live in
He
Utah.
is completely rage baiting you, Jason. It's completely
I
working.
know. I know. This is a University of Texas hater.
I know.
But no,
I know.
cut.
Carolina,
We're cutting.
Carolina goal.
All right. We're going with Army Navy.
Cut.
What if
Cut.
he doesn't have Michigan on here?
There's better quality games out there. They held the Egg Bowl.
There's
is
better
better
quality. That's
I mean,
it's a great
okay.
it's a great
historically
tradition
a
and
great
historic,
rivalry
but
and tradition. It's
All right,
not elite
let's
football
cut.
though.
Let's
it's
cut.
not elite football. It's not.
Triple option's great. We'll cut it though. I'm a sucker for it.
But thank you to our troops, but we're cutting you.
All right, I'm a sucker for it.
All right. So we've done 5 so far. So you got to cut 2 and keep
Oh
one
my
more.
God.
We are going with Pitt versus West Virginia.
Cut.
Cut.
It's a cut.
But it's a damn good rivalry.
We're gonna get hoed. This is not gonna be Michigan Ohio State. We're gonna get absolutely hoed. Cut it.
No, it's gonna be there.
Even if it's
All
not,
right,
I'm fine with
y'all
cutting Army
cut.
Navy.
So
It's
y'all
gonna be like Memphis and Texas.
are keeping one and cutting one the rest of the way.
So this is
We're
our
go-
last one.
No, y'all have 2.
Oh,
2 more.
okay.
You have to keep one and cut one.
This is
Okay.
gonna
The
be
rest
the
of the
game.
way.
Next one's the game.
The Egg Bowl. Ole Miss versus Mississippi State.
I say we keep it. The game's not on there.
I got.
I think it's the last
He,
one.
he did that with the Cowboys last time. He learned from his mistakes. He's leaving a major rivalry out. He's not going to include all of them. The number one rivalry. Our list is going to be an elite SEC list of the Red River rivalry. What do we have the Iron Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah,
Y'all have the
Yep.
Iron Bowl
The
and
Egg
Red
Bowl.
River.
It's the 3 best
right,
rivalries
yeah,
in
I'm
college
cool with
football. No matter
Let's
if
keep
Ole
it.
Miss is 6-6 and State's 8-4 or vice versa, there is literally hatred
Yeah.
that runs deep in this state. We got to keep the Egg Bowl.
I'm gonna agree. I think he is not having the game on here. So
All right. We'll
So
keep
y'all
it.
keeping.
We're
Yeah.
keeping.
All right. So y'all's 3 keeps were the Iron Bowl, Red River, and the Egg Bowl. And y'all's last cut is Michigan versus Ohio State. The game.
that was. Oh my God.
It's a tough draw. Tough straw.
We five-headed that so bad.
Hey, Will, you don't know your brother well enough.
No,
man.
I completely. We had covered. I completely.
Here's the
thought-
thing. I knew he had the game. Will doesn't. I just think
No, I
SEC ball
completely
is
didn't think
superior.
he did.
I just think it is. I think SEC hates superior, and I think the SEC ball is superior. I think
Okay.
Michigan, Ohio State is number 4 on that list. But
What?
yeah,
You don't think Michigan
Oh
Ohio
my
State's the
God,
greatest rivalry in
brother.
college football?
I do not. I
One
think
more
it'd be the Iron Bowl.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy. All right,
That's a
on
really
to our
odd take.
NFL. A little, more simplified. We're just going with NFL quarterbacks. Keep 3, cut 5. NFL quarterbacks.
This could get even worse.
There's a lot of options
Look at the
here.
way he's smiling here, dude. This is gonna get worse.
I would never do anything evil, like I just did. All right, first off, Josh Allen.
Cut.
Keep.
Can't win the big game.
Best quarterback in the league.
My favorite thing is that right when I said Will and Chase said the exact opposite thing almost every time.
Chase, I'm actually just trolling on that. We're keeping Josh Allen, right? Dude, I don't
Have
know,
to keep
man.
him.
Yeah, he does.
Josh Allen's
He
the top
does.
3
He does so
quarterback.
much with so little weapons. Yeah, Josh Allen. We're
Josh
keeping
Allen,
Josh
Mahomes,
Allen.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're keeping
I agree.
Josh Allen.
Keep.
Yeah,
All right, keeping Josh Allen.
we are keeping Dak Prescott if he comes. I'm just letting you know.
Oh yeah.
That's where he's gonna screw us.
I don't care.
All right,
I think Dak's the top 3
No, I
quarterback in the
know.
league.
We're gonna
No.
think he's last, and then we're gonna get like
number 2.
Will Levis.
Geno Smith.
We're going Patrick Mahomes.
Cut. Cut.
Yeah.
2026 cut.
Yeah.
Easy.
Nope. I hate
2026
Patrick
cut.
Mahomes.
I also hate the dude.
We are not keeping this motherfucker.
Greatest. He's the oh, guys. Come on. This is gonna be
Is this apply for 2026? Is this like current quarterback?
or is it career?
No, this is not. This is just like who do you think are the top? It would pretty much be who do you think are the top best quarterbback right now?
So
right now, like right now in this
Keep.
current day,
Yes.
cutting the hell out of
Keep.
Patrick Mahomes. He's
Keep.
past his prime.
if we're gonna
Keep.
keep Dak,
Look at his receiving core. Look at his receiving
Oh
core.
my god, dude! Look, the
Dude,
guy just
look at the
doesn't
Super
have
Bowls.
it
Nobody
anymore.
even he has the
Xavier
most
Worthy.
active Super Bowl wins as we speak.
Rice, Travis Kelsey.
I think this is an easy cut. I
No,
didn't even have
look,
to think
Chase.
twice about
You
it.
got to also look at
Easy
it like
keep.
this, Chase. If we were gonna keep Dak Prescott,
That means you're cutting Matthew Stafford.
that means you're cutting Stafford.
Cut-
I think
When she's
Stafford's
old,
better
that's
than Mahomes.
fine.
I'm gay for May. That
I'm
means you're cutting for
cutting
Drake May.
I think Stafford's better than Mahomes. And I think we got Allen. And based off of
I
last
disagree
year,
with this. Whatever y'all want to do, I got outvoted, but there's no way in hell y'all are cutting
Stafford, I'm only cutting strictly based off or keeping Dak. That's the only reason I'm cutting,
I'm
But-
cutting her based off
Patrick. Oh my
hate.
God.
and a little bit of hate. But
I hate the guy.
Stafford's coming off as MVP,
Yeah.
so like we have
Yes,
to keep
he's not going
Stafford.
to do it
In the
again. And
Big
he's still,
26.
even if he won the Super Bowl this year, he'd still have less Super Bowls than Patrick Mahomes.
In the Big 26,
Yeah,
Mahomes
but the
is going
NFL's
98
rigged.
again. I mean, it's cut.
Are we cutting
he'll
Patrick
win,
Mahomes?
he'll win a couple more, I guarantee
I
it.
don't know. Well, mine's
I need
No,
votes
no,
But
right
here's the thing
now.
I'm going to post to y'all. We're going to keep the first 2 quarterbacks.
Chase wants to keep
yeah.
Keep, yes.
Will,
I
Keep.
want to cut.
Luke.
Comes down to you, Lukey Pookie.
All right, let's flip the coin again.
No, we are not flipping a coin. Pick what you think.
Pick. Have some nuts about you and pick one.
We're gonna keep because I don't think he's gonna go with Stafford. Well, I do think he's gonna go with Stafford. I don't think he's gonna go with Dak.
All right, we're keeping.
All right, y'all
Against
keeping.
all of Will's.
All right, y'all have kept the first 2.
All right, we're cutting whoever this is.
All right, number 3, Dak Prescott.
Cut.
I'm keeping them.
And I
I'm
love
sorry.
Dak, but cut.
We have to because Stafford's gonna be on this list, so we have to.
It doesn't matter. Dak has not won in the
you
playoffs.
clown.
And
You
as much
clown
as I love Dak,
just made us keep 2026 Patrick Mahomes over Dak Prescott. When Dak
Patrick
Prescott,
Mahomes
Dak
has
Prescott
3 Super
clears
Bowls.
him
Dak
in
hasn't
every
even won a
statistical
meaningful
category.
playoff game. He's not been
Every
to a division
statistical category, he
championship.
clears him.
That's
He
just like-
clears him in
I don't
every
care, Will.
statistical
He's never been to a
category.
It's like
division
gut punch.
I'm
championship.
sorry he doesn't have a
hasn't won when it
fucking
mattered.
defense.
Well, also,
I understand he hasn't won when it's mattered, and I love Dak. I'm the number 1 Dak supporter, but he's not. I would not keep if we had the option to trade for Mahomes or Josh Allen, I'm taking both Mahomes and Josh Allen over Dak
Josh Allen.
every
I'm
day
not
of the week.
taking Mahomes.
I'd
I'll
take Mahomes. I wouldn't take Josh Allen. But here's
I
another
take them
thing.
both every day. of the
Here's-
week.
here's
You're
another
saying you wouldn't have either one of those demons with
Are you,
our
are you
wide
saying,
receiver
are you
core.
saying in 2026 you
Allen
pick
doesn't-
Matt Stafford over
Josh,
Dak?
Josh Allen doesn't win the big game either. So like I'm
Yeah.
not taking Josh Allen. I'd take
But with a
Mahomes.
lot less, man.
But I know, but like we don't have a
Yeah,
defense.
and a
At
way
least
better
they have a
defense.
defense. So like we have nothing on defense when Dak's been a quarterback.
I mean,
and wins are a quarterback stat and like playoff wins. I hate how it is, but it is a quarterback stat, and Dak just doesn't win in the playoffs.
we're cutting him, but
We're gonna cut him.
we have to cut him because y'all dumbasses took
Alright.
Patrick Mahomes. But I mean, and we're not going to just cut the rest of the 5,
All right. Cutting Dak Prescott.
which is fucking horrible.
Number 4, Drake May.
Well, I
Cut.
fucking love
Cut.
Drake May too.
Drake May too, but we have to cut him.
Easy schedule. He's not proven yet. He's a great quarterback, though.
All right. We're cutting Drake May. So we got 2 and 2 right now. Number 5, Jalen Hurts.
Cut.
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 That's the
Cut.
easiest one of mine.
Cut.
Shouldn't be on this
Cut.
list.
Shouldn't even be on the list.
Ass.
The same equivalently. He's equivalent of Cam Ward. Clip that shit.
All right. Number 6, Kyler Murray.
Cut. Jason.
Cut.
Now, I mean,
Nine
the Vikings.
will be the starter. 9 through 9
First off,
touchdowns.
you're tripping if you think 9's going to be the starter this
Dude,
year. But
nine-
cut.
You are
Nine-
tripping,
no,
but
I
there's
don't think
no.
it's funny thing on
Kyler
Twitter.
Murray's not even.
Kyler Murray
deserves
threw
to be on
6
this
picks in 7-on-7s today. JJ with 9 touchdowns, no picks. I'm reporting.
Wait, we're not keeping Kyler Murray?
Yeah, we're cutting Kyler.
Oh, okay.
We're cutting the midget. We're cutting the midget.
We can keep Dak fucking Prescott.
All right. Y'all got to keep one and cut one. 2 quarterbacks left. Number 7, Lamar Jackson.
Cut. That's easy. I'll take whoever's
Cut.
right.
Oh my God, cut.
Hey, I want you to screw us over so bad right now, so I prove my point.
All right. Y'all cut Lamar Jackson. Therefore, y'all are keeping Tua Tagovailoa.
Fuck.
Dude, it was the logic
Well,
we should have used.
And here's the thing. This is Chase's fault.
I thought we were getting Stafford, man.
Dude, this is the logic I thought he was using on the college football thing. And I was like, oh, we're going to get burned. But
And look, we got burned. Y'all didn't want to keep Dak. And yeah, y'all didn't want to keep Drake May. Hey, we're stuck with Tua. Can't do 1 + 1 at this point in his life.
now he can
Hey.
do 1 + 1.
Hey, don't diss my city's quarterback now.
Yeah, rep it, Chase.
Who even knows who's
I
going to
like
be?
that. Tua's gonna have a
Yeah,
bounce
Michael
back year.
Penis
this
is
year.
going to be.
Who's going to be the starting quarterback?
No, it's
for
going
the
to be
Falcons?
Didn't Penix tear his ACL?
Oh, I think he did.
dude,
Well,
let's move
I've been
on.
seeing
I'm
throwing clips
tired
of
of
both of them,
this.
but he did tear his ACL, I think.
Michael Penis.
That was
man.
terrible, Chase. This is your fault, Chase.
Let's
And-
all
now,
blame
Chase. To be honest with you, you're equally as at fault here.
I just figured we'd get Matt Stafford.
here's
We
the
should have
thing.
kept Lamar. What are we doing?
I
We're even.
thought,
We're even.
I
I
thought
cut the
y'all-
game, and y'all cut
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
I thought y'all were more than likely to cut Josh Allen at the start.
I wanted to, but Chase talked us out of it.
Nah, I was
Well, who's
keeping
better than Josh Allen on that list? I
Because
would take
I
every.
was going to go
I would
Josh
take
Allen.
every
Patrick
single
Mahomes.
quarterback on that
Kyler
list.
Get it out of your mouth.
And then y'all were like, oh, we're screwed.
Yeah.
So
Keep going. All right. Well, best of the weekend. guys. I mean, that should provide some entertainment. For
That-
you. I mean, that's
that went. I mean, that
Awesome.
went about as good as it could go. To be
yeah.
honest.
That got about. Best things this weekend. Troy Maha, the Troy Trojans are heading to Omaha for the first time in program history. We swept Little Rock in the Super Regionals, hosting and being a part of our first ever Super Regional in history. The city absolutely showed out for the Trojans of Troy with a combined total of like 13,500 fans over the 2 days. Just for a context there, the town of Troy, city of Troy, excuse me, has a population of 18,000. So shout out the city of Troy, shout out the Troy baseball team, and shout out Troy Mahal. Went golfing on Sunday with old Mikey, Kenner, and Dabo. Me and Mikey were able to pocket some cash after we played a little beauty on the back nine to take some money away from Luke's younger brother. And we did. We shot even par in a scramble, which is, that's pretty solid. And it's getting us ready for a couple tournaments coming up in the future. And then family event this weekend on Saturday. We celebrated my grandparents' 60th wedding anniversary, and they are truly the bedrock of our family. And it was great being around all of our family members. So that's the best things happened for me this weekend. Luke, what happened this weekend?
I dog sit. I got paid $200, so I didn't work this weekend. So I dog sat. I did go to that family thing. Decided to go pick up 8 high noon, like 2 packs high noons, just drink them all because I was drinking them at the thing. So yeah, I just got drunk on this person's couch that I don't really know. Then World Cup. I've been seeing so many edits about the World Cup. U.S. hype edits. Erling Holland edits. So I'm pretty excited about the World Cup to actually watch soccer. I'm pretty intrigued. And then coaching. I finished my first week coaching the football team. Had practice today. Obviously, it's a good time. I enjoy being out there. They might piss me off, but I do enjoy being out there. So those are my top 3 things.
Michael or Chase, excuse me. What happened this weekend?
Well, Troy and UT baseball both made the College World Series, so my alma mater and
It's like
my
Chase's
favorite
wet
school
dream.
both made. It's my wet dream, dude. And there's a chance they could even meet in the national championship game. I
Lionel
mean,
Messi just came on
I
for
gotta find a
Argentina.
way to Omaha if
Holy
that
shit.
happens. I have to. Um, and then the U.S. men's national team. I am so hyped for this World Cup. I thought we looked great against Germany. Looked even better against Senegal. This is the most excited I've been about our U.S. men. I think going into any World Cup ever. We have an easy pathway. Should be able to do something big. I love our roster. Christian Pulisic's ready to go. Looks fantastic. We just gotta be better in transitions, defend a little bit better. But I think Chris Richards coming back for game 1 is really going to help that. Super excited though for the World Cup and to see the U.S. play on Friday. And then also I watched F1 Monaco on Sunday, which was a fantastic race. Got to see a full restart where they stopped the race because there was so much debris on the track because of the amount of wrecks that was going on, and it was just really fun to watch. So I enjoyed F1 Monaco this
A
weekend
note
as well.
on that. I'm gonna first off, that was on you for not letting us pick up on Monaco. You're in charge of the F1. Dude, I turned on IndyCar for like a rare time other than the Indy 500. The Indies it's pretty damn entertaining. Those dudes fly, especially on the circular track. We may have to start bringing in more F1 and IndyCar talk for our racing. No dig on Chase there, but I was just poking fun at him. Michael, what happened?
Oh, no, for sure.
After that
I was not
whole
logged.
quarterback ordeal.
You know what? I'm just
All I gotta say is Keep 3 Cut 5 is here to stay because that is some entertaining crap for me, and I get to pick and choose and make y'all. That's pretty fun stuff. I'm not gonna
We
lie.
need to make the producer do it.
No, make one.
I got you.
All right. My best things this weekend: golf. Got to play golf 2 days in a row. First on Saturday with some boys. That was really fun. Shot a decent score, not too bad. And then again on Sunday with Will, Dad, and Dabo, and got some cash from that. On Saturday, like Will said, we had this big family event for our grandparents. Super fun. Fun swimming pool, basketball in the water, just playing around, hanging out with some fam was really fun. And I guess this kind of goes in the Monday with the NBA Finals. But me and Will watched the greatest game of our lives last night, betting wise for Will Spain, and it was crazy. We were going crazy. It was the most fun I've had watching a sports game in a while, just because of what was unfolding. It was absolute cinema, and also just wrapping things up and everything. If y'all see anything that y'all want to do trivia and stuff like that, y'all just let me know and I can make it because we can do other things other than the Keep 3 Cut 5.
but that is here to stay for sure.
Yeah.
I would like trivia. I need a
Segment's fantastic,
Yeah.
man. Good stuff,
I'm
Mikey.
trying. Yeah.
Lionel Messi just scored, Chase.
Oh, I know Jordan Hare is just rocking
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to come up
Probably
with
louder than
some
they have against
the
in the regular season.
yeah, I'm trying to come up with some like trivia for 3 people. I'm thinking that like once the sports season really dies down, we can kind of just do that as like our main highlight. I think I'm going to put together probably in like a month or so like a huge Swiss Army Jeopardy game.
Oh,
So
yes.
because that could literally take like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that and like other stuff because that could be just like a special thing we do, something like that.
All right.
So,
Well,
but yeah.
that'll conclude episode 67 of Swiss Army Sports. I have been your host, Will Spain, joined by the producer, Chase, and Michael. Until next time, have a good night.
Damn, I didn't get a shout out.